Hi guys! I hope you all are doing well. It's already super weird not seeing you guys at school, but I hope that you guys are enjoying your time at home and on your break with your family. So today we're talking about statistical questions. So I know we had an introduction to statistics with Mrs. Winiger on Friday when I wasn't with you guys, but we're going to go ahead and talk about those a little bit more, and we're going to go through and work through some examples of those as well, okay? So the first thing that we want to talk about and just remind ourselves is looking at what makes a question a statistical question. So looking at that, the biggest thing that we can tell that a question's a statistical question is if we have variability in our responses to it. So essentially what we mean by that is that it could have different answers for the same question for different people. So if I asked the entire class, "How tall are you?" that would be an example of a statistical question because the answer is going to vary. Some of our students are a lot taller and some of them are a lot shorter. And so everybody has their own, and there's variability in our data that we're going to collect for that. Now, if I said, "Who is the teacher of your math class?" that wouldn't be a statistical question because you all have Mrs. Winiger. So you would all have the same answer and there's no variability in that. So that is not an example of a statistical question. So let's look at these examples. Are these statistical questions, yes or no? So looking at this first one, how many nickels are in a dollar? That one's not going to be a statistical question because no matter what, we're always going to have the same number of nickels in a dollar. That's not going to change. It's not going to be any different. So that one's going to be a non-example. So we would say no, that is not a statistical question. Looking at which former US president is on a nickel, again, that's not going to be a statistical question because our answer is going to be the same every time. Now, our third question that we have on here, how many nickels do students carry in their backpacks? So looking at that, that's going to be an example of a statistical question that we have because I might have 15 nickels in my backpack and one of you might have 1 or 2 nickels or maybe no nickels. So that's going to be a lot of variability in our response to that one. So that's going to be an example when we're looking at statistical questions. So we're going to go through some more statistical questions, and I'm going to give you guys, we're going to pause the video, and I want you to just type in yes or no, is this a statistical question or not? So our first one, does Mrs. Winiger wear glasses? So for that one, we're going to say probably not a statistical question because either she does or she doesn't. There's one right answer, so it's not statistical. For the second one, how many siblings does everyone in the class have? Again, that one is going to be a statistical question because our answer is going to have variability. It's going to change from person to person. Our next question here, how do shoppers in town pay for their groceries? So this one is going to be a statistical question because we have different answers. Maybe some people pay with their credit card, some people pay with cash, somebody else might write a check. So we have different ways that these shoppers can pay for their groceries in town. Another question is, does Miss Kundo have a puppy? So this one is not a statistical question because there is one right answer. I do have a puppy. She's super cute. There she is. She is so adorable and I love her very much and I'm snuggling her all the time because now I'm home and not with you guys. So I thought I'd share a picture of her with you guys so you could see what she looked like. Here's another one. How far from the school do students live? If I were to ask this question to you guys as a whole class, how far from the school do students live? So that one is going to be a statistical question. We have variability, lots of different answers for that. How about this one? How do you get to school? Again, this one is going to be a statistical question because it's going to vary. Some people might walk to school, some of our classmates ride the bus, and there are other ones whose parents drop them off. All right, so that was our last example. If you guys have any questions on these, feel free to email Miss Winiger or I, and we will be more than happy to help you guys out and answer any questions that you might have. I hope that this gave you guys some good practice